Hi everybody, I'm Mary Claire O'Sullivan from the Secretariat of the Citizens Assembly, and today I've got with me Elizabeth Bowen, who's the Senior Executive with the Small Firms Association, and she's going to give a perspective from the small firms about gender equality and work. You've already heard from the National Women's Council, from IBEC and from ICTU, so now we're going to get the small firms perspective. So just to start off with, Elizabeth, what would you see as the key issues regarding gender equality in work from a small firm's perspective?
The Small Firms Association fully supports the work of the Citizens Assembly to address barriers to the full socio-economic equality of women and girls in Ireland. As a membership organisation, the SFA works with business owners on diversity and inclusion and provides them with information and resources to understand and address gender equality. Small firms, which would be defined as employers employing less than 50 employees, make up 97% of enterprises in Ireland, and 91% of Irish companies employ 10 or less employees. Small firms employ nearly half the private sector workforce. Therefore, when we look to address gender equality in work, we must be conscious that it cannot be about filling quotas, increasing regulation, or the cost of labour, but instead must focus on the cultural and structural problems that undermine female progression in the workplace. Furthermore, men in Ireland are 3 times more likely than women to be self-employed, which is a greater gap than in most other EU member states.
So what would you like the Citizens Assembly members to consider when they're thinking about their policy recommendations now on work and gender equality, Elizabeth?
When considering policy solutions to advance gender equality in work, it's worth understanding why some small firms would struggle to improve gender balance within their organisations. Firstly, due to their size, they may have limited roles and progression routes. Small firms have a low attrition rate and staff turnover compared to larger organisations. Small businesses can have limited or no HR resource, so owner managers many times they don't have the time or the skills to develop gender strategies and management systems. Due to their size and the nature of their business, some small firms face challenges in implementing flexible work options. And the extension of family leave in recent years has impacted greatly on small firms' business costs. The SFA believes that all employers should provide a fair wage to employees. However, we do not believe the introduction of a living wage is part of the solution to achieve gender equality in the workplace, as it will add to the cost of labour for small firms and undermine their capacity to retain employees and deliver new jobs. Furthermore, collective bargaining will not address the structural barriers to gender inequality, especially not in small firms. And because of its wide-ranging terms, collective bargaining could have a serious economic and organisational effect on the small business community. So a proportionate approach should be taken here. Due to their nature, many small firms offer remote and flexible working hours. However, the Citizens Assembly should acknowledge that for some small businesses, the benefit of flexible working is not always an option. Ireland's work-life balance legislation has evolved in recent years, and further leave days will be introduced through the new Work-Life Balance Directive. This, combined with the Organisation of Working Time Act 1997, highlights that further legislation to press for additional flexibility is not appropriate at this time. In the long run, seeking solutions now to occupational segregation, stereotypes, and gender norms will address gaps in the self-employment and entrepreneurship activity rates of women in Ireland, as it's these cultural and structural problems that are undermining the growth of women business owners. As an economy, we clearly have further to go on gender equality in work, and the SFA acknowledges the role of small business owners having to bring about greater gender balance. However, to achieve this, we can't place unrealistic costs or regulation on our smaller employers. Instead, society and our business community will all benefit if issues such as occupational segregation, stereotypes, and gender norms were better researched and action taken to address them.
So thanks for that, Elizabeth. And you've also given us a paper which we'll put up on the website for the citizens as well. So thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much.